another club. Another
Bus,
club.
no sleep, another book, another series, another review. And here we are again. Here's the video. What are we doing this episode?
Although we're in a different location, we're here yet again with another review. What was I gonna say?
How would I know what were you gonna say? We're doing a Caraval review. That's
Welcome.
it. It's a shit show just like the series. Well, the series is not a shit show. I'm just gonna keep looking at the horizon. You can't see
Yeah.
our view, but it's really
We'll
pretty.
show you it afterwards.
We're gonna
Please
show you.
hold.
Yeah.
We are gonna show you.
Do like a wow.
Beautiful.
So pretty. The camera is right in my face.
Yeah, it is.
Hello.
And we're turning back.
Ooh,
That's not
real
it.
up close.
The weather's nice. We're happy.
We have our drinkity drinks.
Yeah, we have our drinkity drinks.
Since it's a book review episode, we have our cocktails.
You guys, it's been 2 weeks since we've actually filmed a video,
Yeah.
and you know, the stress of corporate life and the
getting
stress
to
of
us.
like making videos is honestly getting to us.
Yeah, stress of being like a human being.
Yeah.
We have our mics on forks in case you can't see.
Yeah.
This was a brilliant idea of my co-host.
She wanted to point that out.
Yeah.
And although it may look silly, I think it works because you know why? I have a habit of like clickety clacking on the
Yeah.
microphone, and I'm trying not to do that. And I thought this would be a good way.
Oh, that is why.
Yeah.
But I asked you why, and you said, I don't know.
We didn't even say, I'm Mina. I'm Sana.
Oh, I'm Senna.
I'm Mina. Welcome.
To our book club.
If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here,
Welcome back.
we have some news. So our backgrounds may change
Oh.
sometime in like a month or two.
Yeah, because she's moving.
I am. We're moving. We don't know what our setup's going to look like yet, but we'll make it work.
Keep watching, and we'll see, I guess. We don't know either.
We are also thinking about vlogging the whole process of like painting the house
Yeah.
and moving and decorating and, you know, doing our bookshelves, whatever. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, we'll do like a bookshelf tour video, and
Yeah.
we're thinking of doing like murals on like empty walls in her house, and maybe we'll like listen to audiobooks while we're doing that. So
Just so you know,
give us some recommendations.
we've never listened to audiobooks yet.
No.
So,
It's not our thing.
no.
I can't even listen to music while I'm reading.
Well, sometimes I can, like on a really low volume of like certain
Really low.
playlists.
Yeah.
Really low. But audiobooks, I don't know, I just never got into them.
No, me neither. But maybe we'll be like addicted to it.
Please comment good ones.
Yeah. Voice actors are doing their jobs though. I keep seeing like little snippets of them in like on TikTok
Yeah.
and chef's kiss.
I've heard of like a Teddy Hamilton. It's
Yeah.
like really, really good.
He's really popular.
Yeah. Well,
We'll see, I guess.
anyways. I knew you were
Anyways,
going
can we get like an anyways count somewhere?
to. You know what? Maybe we should.
Yeah.
Count our anyways.
Anyways,
So,
I think there's a truck. We read Caraval.
and here are our cocktails. They were supposed to be like a very, very like light blue.
I don't know if you can tell.
You can't tell probably.
We have a little boat.
I don't know. We did it from Butterfly PET, and we tried to get it blue because we didn't have anything else blue, and it's so, so light.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to represent Tella and her love for like her light blue dresses.
Mm-hmm.
And the boat is kind of like, I don't know, they got their own boat.
Well,
So it kind of makes sense.
yeah. We had like a boat chapter with
Yeah.
Julian and Scarlett. Cheers.
Cheers. So let's talk about it.
Caraval, Legendary, Finale. 3 books.
Yeah.
I gave Caraval 3 stars.
I gave it 2 stars.
It's her debut series, circus/Caraval themed, like a big game. You can't trust anybody.
Mm-hmm.
I went into this like with big expectations. Maybe that's why I didn't like it that much.
I mean, I gave a lower rating than you did, so
I thought maybe like 3 is like average, but
I mean, 2.5 maybe for me, but
it started off good. Like I was curious with like Scarlett and Tella and their abusive father.
mhm.
But my main thing was Scarlett's personality. Like, I did not like her personality at all.
She's kind of dumb. That's all I have to say. She's kind of dumb. I just couldn't like connect with her
Hmm.
because every time she would do something stupid, and then I would just be like pissed at her for
Hmm.
making that decision. Or she like talks herself out of something, and then she's like, "But oh my god, he did this and this," and then suddenly she just convinced herself the other way,
Yeah,
and
she
that was
changes
kind
her
of like,
mind a lot.
yeah, that was annoying.
But they're pretty young. Like I didn't know they were that young.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I like figured out maybe like after the half of the book.
Mm-hmm.
She's like 17, 16,
17.
16 kind of ish when like at the
Oh
first
yeah,
book.
yeah, yeah.
At first, the writing style was like intriguing,
Mm-hmm.
and then the descriptions were like bizarre,
Mm-hmm.
if that's the right word. Like the smells and the
Yeah.
sights and the tastes were just like really repetitive and
Mm-hmm.
really long.
And her dress that kept changing to like her mood. I didn't like that for some reason. At first I did, and then going through the rest of this, was like, just take it off for a while, you know?
Hmm. Well, I don't
It's
really
like,
agree with that. I liked her dress.
I don't know. I don't really. She wore it for like 3 books.
Yeah, but it's a magical dress, and it changes according to your like feelings. And whenever she saw Julian, it turned into this like sexy burgundy crimson dress.
Yeah, but then everyone knows what you're feeling. And that's
I
kind of
mean,
like dangerous in her situation.
it is dangerous, but if you can learn to control
She did
your
not.
emotions,
She did not.
she did not. But in theory, I think the dress is a good idea.
It's a cool idea,
Yeah,
I will say.
Julian, I really like Julian.
Yeah, I do too.
The first book,
Mm-hmm.
he kind of came off as, standoffish. He was like really, I don't know, into himself, maybe too much.
Mm-hmm.
But like as we go to like the second book and the third book, I really, really enjoyed Julian's character development.
Yeah.
In the first book, Tella is there, like
Mhm.
we want to save her.
Yes.
Yay, go Scarlett.
Mm-hmm.
But the minute they got close, Scarlett and Julian,
Yeah.
Scarlett just like forgot about Tella.
Yeah.
And the whole sisterly love thing felt
Mhm.
empty to me.
In the first book, I was kind of okay with that, but like going through the rest of the series, suddenly she like barely talked to Tella, barely saw her, didn't really care what she was up to, even though
No.
Tella was going through like a million things.
Yeah.
So I agree with that. It was kind of like superficial, I think.
In the first half of the book, she was like, I need to save my sister.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do anything for my sister. And then when the time came to it, she was like, Tella, I mean, I have Julian now.
Yeah, I agree with that. I don't know, something was just a bit off to me in the like whole series, but I think I like Tella more. So I
Definitely.
enjoyed the rest of the series more than the first book. The first book to me was just a disappointment of like choices.
And the game itself,
Mm-hmm.
I expected more like grounded plot, I guess, because you expect this legend character to
Mhm.
be like legendary and the game being like really fun.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
No, I think she was just like running around. She went there, found something.
The clues were not interesting. I was not interested in the
No.
game at all.
I don't know. It didn't really like stick with me, I guess. I was really excited because I've seen a lot of comments where people are just like 5 stars all around. It's like amazing, best book ever. And that's just like the first book.
Mm-hmm.
Where? Because I'm curious, like, was I missing pages?
It's a taste, I did not hate the book.
I didn't hate it, but I don't think I would reread it.
No.
That's my point.
But like, is that a criteria,
For me to like a book?
Yeah.
Kinda.
Not for me.
I mean,
think.
I was kind of bored. I'm glad I read it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm only glad I read it so I know what people are talking about, but I still don't know what people are talking about.
The first book felt incomplete,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanted more depth in
Mm-hmm.
the world building.
Mm-hmm.
I still have no idea how their like politics and like the logistics of like the island and where Tella and Scarlett lived works.
Yeah.
the map actually doesn't help at all.
Mm-hmm.
In the second book and the third book, it actually helps you.
A little bit more,
Yeah,
yeah.
but in the first book, map did not help at all.
Not really.
Yeah, that was Caraval in a nutshell, I think.
Usually I like this like carnival and circus setting more, but in this book I didn't really get that. Like there was a carnival, people were there. That was all. I mean, I liked how some of like Legends players were like helpful and showing the way and stuff like that. I can't really remember anything that was like striking to me in the first book.
One thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. First time you see a character not being who they said they were is fine, but at like the end of the book, it happened like 4 times back to back to back. And I was like, who are these guys? You know, who is who? I don't really care anymore. Yeah, that was my thing with the first book.
I think I would have enjoyed it more had I read it when I first started like this journey of reading. I would probably liked it better then. But now it just was missing something for me. Then we have Legendary.
I gave 4 stars to Legendary
I gave 3.
because it was an upgrade.
It was an upgrade. It was much better. I think Tella was much smarter.
Yes.
In her decisions, in her actions.
And we actually see, like, we have Tella's POV in this book, which I really liked. Because I was kind of afraid Scarlett and Julian was going to be the main thing in the series.
Yeah.
I like Julian, but no Scarlett for me. And the plot actually was getting interesting in the second book.
It was better. Like something was building. It still wasn't like groundbreaking or anything, but compared to the first book, it was like 5 stars. But only compared to the first book.
She did not like the first book.
I did not like Scarlett overall.
I did not like Scarlett either, but it was not just about Scarlett for me. It was about the whole world and how like they use magic. Like I wanted to learn more. It was an intriguing world. I did not like the writing style. But in the second book, we actually meet Jax.
Yes.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Jax is such a good villain.
Yes.
He's like cunning.
Yes.
So smart.
He does everything with purpose.
Yeah. If the second book did not have Jax, it would have been a flop for me.
I agree. Because it would just be too mainstream.
Yeah. And finding out Dante being Legend was kind of overshadowed for me. I wanted to keep like seeing Jax.
Did we find that out in the second book or the third book? I feel like the last book, no?
Last book?
Anyways, the thing with this is we read them so back to back. The whole 3-book series is just like one book to us.
Yeah, it happens when you finish a fantasy series, I think. I can't tell what happens in which specific book.
Yeah. We just know that the second one was better. The third one was also better than the first one. I don't think it was better than the second one, but...
Yeah. We still have the description problem in the second book. The wind smelled like despair. And her face dropped like a porcelain doll. Like...
Okay.
I swear I saw that sentence in the book.
I remember it.
It's fine if you have it, like, I don't know, once or twice in a chapter, but every single page had a description like that. Too much. And the POVs, we had to read a lot of like, Tella did this, Stella said that.
Oh my god, that
bothered us so much.
That was like my breaking point when I started the second book. Like
Yes.
I was so excited for like the POVs, and then suddenly Tella went here, and then Tella thought this, but then Tella said something else. Although Tella was thinking.
We know it's Tella.
I get it. It's her POV. Like who else?
That kind of threw me off too.
That was hard to read. I mean, I got used to it, but until I got to like half of the book, I was just like eye rolling so hard.
Anyways, the second book, yeah, it was better. There was another game.
Yes.
The second game was better because like it had more ground, I think.
Yes. I feel like the clues, like her finding the clues and her finding like symbols of Caraval somewhere around and finding secret passageways, that was a nice touch. I felt more connected to the game. I felt like something was actually happening, and the people that she came across, they were actually like giving her some insight maybe to what she should be doing or like where she should be going.
The first book was not a great introduction, but the
Mhm.
second one kind of makes up for it.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I kept telling you, like,
Yeah.
second one is better.
Yes. She read it before me. We actually started together, but
Yeah.
life got in the way, so I kind of had to catch up. And I was like constantly texting her, like, "Are we sure?" Like, I don't know how much more I can take of Tella did this, and Tella said this, and Tella thought this.
Well, to be honest, we wanted to read Once Upon a Broken Heart series so bad, but
Yes.
you kind of have to read Caraval 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you don't have to, but we have to.
Yeah. I'm glad we did, by the
Yeah,
way.
me
It
too.
makes much more sense.
It gives a lot of background
Yes.
story,
Yes.
which we love.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, this was a hurdle that we like needed to go over.
We made it.
We made it. Second one was good.
Mm-hmm.
The third one, I have notes.
What was your rating for that one?
4 stars.
I think I gave 3 again.
The third one I have most problems with, and it's not about the writing style. At that point, we're used to it now.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how the story actually, I don't know, evolves into.
Mm-hmm.
Tella was my favorite character,
Yes. Mine too.
but she was reduced into this love triangle
3 stars. Yeah.
between Dante and Jax.
Mm-hmm.
And I lost the sight of this smart, brave woman. And all she was thinking about this depressing love triangle. And that
Mhm.
pissed me off so much. Problem one.
Yeah. I mean, she just, at a point, it was literally just like having someone love her.
Yeah.
But she wanted Dante to love her.
Mm-hmm.
And then when Jax actually did, well, not really, but like
In his way.
in his way, because, you know, curse, she didn't die, yada, yada, yada. And then she was just like, but no, I want Dante to love me. And then Dante's like, let me make you immortal and we can live on together forever. No. You love me. You become human. It was just her obsession at that point.
It was selfish. It did not make sense. I
Yeah.
have to keep remind myself that she
Mhm.
was basically a teenager
Yes.
throwing tantrums.
That is true. And I
Yeah.
also think Dante did the best he could
Yeah.
at that point in time. Like, he was trying to give her whatever he could without damaging himself.
Mm-hmm.
But she just kept wanting more and more and more.
I think seeing Julian and Scarlett really affected Tella. She
Mhm.
wanted a love like that.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, Julian and Scarlett are like this, so close, so in
Yeah.
love with each other. There's another point with that, which we're
Mhm.
gonna come to.
Mm-hmm. Please do.
Yeah, but Tella felt like a child just like whining.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it was a child whining.
Yeah.
When you think
But
about
Jax, still a favorite.
I kind of felt bad for him
Yeah,
in
me
the
too.
end. Like, I feel like,
He did not deserve, I mean, he kind of did, but he did not deserve everything.
well, yeah, well, like I said, he did everything with a purpose. I know he wasn't like heartbroken,
No.
but he was upset and he was sad
And a fake being upset is deadly, so.
because they don't love, they get obsessed.
Mhm.
So, but also, I do want to say, in the third book, Scarlett being half fate, I guess,
Yeah, it was in the third book.
and her dumbass decisions yet again. Like, if she just keeps trying to fix things, but she just like fucks them up even more somehow, all by her lonesome.
Every single choice that she made blew up in her face. But that brings me to my second problem.
Yes, please.
Scarlett's weird pissing contest that she made these like 2 men do. Like, if you want to marry me, do
Right?
something. Like, bring me presents. Brace each other. This is a competition now.
Like, I
Like-
mean, she did say she kind of felt bad. But, like, also, if she didn't even reach out to the other dude would still be, like, alive and well,
Exactly.
first of all.
Well, Julian didn't deserve to be treated that way.
No.
She wanted space. Julian gave her space. But then,
And then
she was like,
upset. She's like,
"What's
why
with
are
the
you
space?
giving me space? I wanted, like, a week, not 3 weeks.
so dumb. Scarlett is really dumb.
Mm-hmm.
It makes me pissed off.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was like, okay, if you want to talk to this guy who's your ex-fiance,
Mm-hmm.
fine, I'm coming with.
Yeah.
And then, oh my God, every single decision that she made, she
Mm-hmm.
regretted it seconds later,
Yeah.
which made her like an unreliable character for me.
Mm-hmm.
Did not like that.
No.
Please, I have a lot of problems
I
with
know,
this book.
I know, and I know you're going to also say something about this.
Mm.
Their mom.
Yes, that was the next thing on my list.
She, like, I get that Tella wanted to, like, save her because, like, she's her mother, but she was also obsessed with that, and she just couldn't let it go.
Yeah,
And then when the mom was finally saved, like, she sacrificed herself
yeah.
for her mom. And then her mom's just like, all right, well, bye.
The mom subplot was rushed so
It
badly.
was so unnecessary.
Yeah. I get that she was this like thief, very famous. It gives off like cool vibes,
Mm-hmm.
which is okay, but she came back and then the first thing she wanted to do was just to go off to this like fallen star dude
Mm-hmm.
and
Love of his life. Scarlett's dad.
immediately died in front of Tella like she needs any more trauma.
And if she's that good, how did she, like, immediately die?
Yeah.
You could not, like, I don't know, fight a little bit more or something?
And like in my mind, if she was that smart to be this like world
Mm-hmm.
famous thief, you can't think for a second that it's been years, decades since you've been gone, and the minute that person fallen star sees you is not going to be like, oh my God, and then love is going to be
Exactly.
there and he's going to die. No.
It was so unnecessary.
And Jax was there. Where was Dante?
Jax is everywhere, first of all.
All throughout the final book,
Mm-hmm.
every single time something happened to Tella,
He
Jax was
tries.
there. Yeah.
He I will give it to him. He really, really tried hard to be there for her.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, like, the marriage thing,
That was really funny.
that was really funny. And I actually liked that moment that they had.
Yeah.
And I was kind of sad when they got, like, divorced. Like,
The divorce chapter broke my
I
heart.
felt like Jax's, I want to say heartbreak, but it's not heartbreak, but, like,
It is a heartbreak for him.
kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so sad.
Might be one of my favorite villains in a book.
Yes.
Jax is
Mhm.
really
He was
notch.
honestly the perfect villain.
Scarlett's dad, the fallen star. It's fallen star, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Where did he come from? How did he do like all of these things, capturing other fates and like prisons and I get it.
How
How?
are fates, like, how are fates fates? How did they become
We don't know.
fates? Because they were normal people.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was, like, a witch, I guess, that helped the fallen star. Sure.
Yeah.
But, like,
We don't know.
how did you choose these people?
Yeah, there are like open-ended subplots in the book,
Many.
which I really hate in a fantasy world.
And even when they were, like, planning to, like, kill the fallen star, and then Scarlett was just, like, trying to be her mother and trying to get him to be human.
I
and
knew that plan
kill
was not
him,
going to work.
because it's Scarlett. Why would it ever work? Like, she even fucked that up.
She caved in like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Dumb. She is so dumb.
Commit to something.
Anything. But all of a sudden,
Yeah.
she's a princess, she's a queen.
How the fuck did that happen?
She can't even do one thing right, and she's a queen now. She's going
How-
to rule a whole
Empire? We don't know how big it is, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No.
We don't like Scarlett at all.
Mm-mm.
I love Julian.
Mm-hmm.
I love Tella. I love
Yes.
Jax. I might even like Dante at like certain points in the
Mhm.
book.
He had his moments.
Yeah, he had his moments and he was like protective of
Mhm.
Tella towards the end. They-
Scarlett had no moments. Not a one.
Scarlett's moments are like always embarrassing to me.
Yeah. It's like, no. And she's the
Crimson,
older one.
yeah.
Which is sad.
Overall, it was a mid YA fantasy book.
Yeah. I think for the whole series altogether, I would give it maybe a 3. But I feel
would
like
give a 3.5.
I would not give it 3.53.
It's okay to disagree
That's
sometimes.
the max I can get. I'm even debating that. But sure. Only because I like some of the characters.
It all just like jumbled up together, felt very rushed. One brain cell, guys. To people who love it,
Good for you. We did like Once Upon a Broken Heart.
Yes, we did.
But we will be talking about that in the next video. I mean, if you do like this series, can you please like comment your thoughts and let us know like exactly what part you liked so we can have like maybe a different perspective?
Jack's rule. Fuck you, Scarlett.
Would we recommend this series?
Yeah. I think I would,
Sure.
because I would want someone to read the other one.
Yes.
And without this context, it would not make that much sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to learn more about our thoughts on Once Upon a Broken Heart series, don't forget to subscribe and turn on that little notification bell so you don't miss out on our new episode.
And be sure to follow us on all our other socials, which are also linked in the description box below. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye!